Hi, welcome to another Tea Time Tuesday with your host, Sean Catfish Wilson. And for today's tea time, I love you, Cosmo. Aww. There you go, tea time's over. I love you. I'm just kidding, Hills. So for today's tea time, you see that Ebco there? Well, that's really a Zebco. We're going to be going over fishing stuff for beginners. Alright. Shout out board. Gonzo's Reviews, Bluminati Ninja, Radina's Local Tastes Better, Victoria May, The Quiet Listener, Women Carry Knives, The Therapeutic Edge, Nellie B, Do Something Kind for Somebody, Ellen's Planet Tea, and that's Ellen's Oolong, really good tea blend, Kitty with a Knife, SE Knives, Crossover Paranormal Society, A Therapeutic Edge, Danny Days Homestead, I think it's Danny Days Ahead now. Big Tiny's Outdoors, Sawiwi Knives, Savivi Knives. Grumpy Grunt, My Bad Adventures, Spirit Brothers UK. Big Red EDC, Catching Them Fish Outdoors. The Gypsy and the Vanilla Gorilla. Crossover Paranormal Society, Hug-a-Moo, Hug-a-Moo, Hug-a-Moo. The Fly Smith, Anything is Possible. Ooh. The Catfish Man himself. Yonan's Edge, Sunfish King. Squirrels Magnet Fishing. The Maddisfaction, the Squirrel King. CGRB Knives. Smoky Mountain Knife Works, ODC for EDC, Off the Hook Outdoors. If you need any soft plastics for bait fish or bass, check out Off the Hook Outdoors. He makes some awesome plastics. The Laugh Channel, spelled a little bit different now, but On the Wild Side. If you're ever in the Manhattan area, go check them out. They're really awesome. They have some really cool stuff in their store. Wild Japan, Hog Deer 79, Hunting, Fishing, Taxidermy. Chillin' Indiana Carl, Jailbait and Tackle Outdoors, Lefty EDC, Some Old Man Outdoors, True Budget EDC, Angling Spiders, Nice Fast, Zach Stubbs, Matt's Fishing Mission. Alright, go check out all these lovely channels. I would also like to say check out the Shooting Guy, TSG. He makes some really awesome content. And also check out Uncle Perry's channel. He does, likes to cover cryptids and stuff and spooky stories and, stuff along that line. He's pretty awesome. So definitely go check out Uncle Perry's and the Shooting Guy. And Big E's Knives. He's pretty cool. I haven't seen his video need to catch up on it, but he's got some awesome content. Too many content creators to keep up with. Did I say EDCQ? I think I accidentally skipped that one. EDCQ. All of these are awesome channels. So, we will start off with my tea blend today. Man, that's pretty dark red. So, I dubbed this tea Leprechaun Blood. because, well, I don't know, I'm just being silly with the name. I thought it sounded cool. It has green teas in it. And the ingredients is a Psalm, 3 parts of Psalm, 1 part gunpowder green tea, 1 part Chun Main, and 2 hibiscus. So, say you're making. Oh, thank you, Cosmo. You just pooped there. So, like, let's say we'll use this for example. You do three of these of the Psalm. You've seen my videos, so you know what I'm talking about. It smells very grassy. You can definitely smell the hibiscus flower in it. Or the sure, and you can definitely smell the Psalm in it too. The joy of having a bird. Alright, now for the quick taste test. Definitely getting a really good tang with it. You're kind of getting the flavor like the malt flavor from the Irish breakfast teas. If you've ever had an Irish breakfast tea and you get that kind of, you know, that aftertaste in your mouth that's kind of malty and dark, almost similar to what I would say coffee, but definitely not coffee, but similar. Yes, I've had coffee. I don't enjoy coffee, but I've had it. So, you're definitely getting that, and you're definitely getting the grassy and a little bit of sweetness from the green teas. I actually really enjoyed this blend. Alright, so what we have here is we have a Zepco 404 combination. Alright. I actually did a decent job with that. Okay, so bring this over with me. I want Cosmo starting to chew on it. So this is really cool. So this is really good for beginners. It tells you how to put the reel on, which I think anybody should easily figure out, but that's my opinion. Then it shows you how to tie the knots, how to rig up a curly tail jig, how to do a float with a worm or a minnow, and then even shows you how to cast. And then it shows you the drag, and then it shows you water line and the bobber, basically how it works. I love you, Cosmo. Cosmo, I love you. So I've got this I'm going to simulate a worm with this. This is going to be a pretend worm for today. So, okay, this is Zepco 404. You've got the push button here. And you just push that. You hold it, it'll keep the line in, right? Unless you pull drag. Then you release it, the line will come out free. So what we're going to do is we're going to strip all this line. Okay, we're at the end. Okay, it just pulled off, so the knot wasn't tied on there very good. Now we're gonna open it up. These things are really simple. Even more simpler now, I could hold tight enough. I can probably just screw this top. I'm not going to mess with it right now. So anyways, you untie that. You take the top off. Then you move your stuff off of there. So, and then I got some string fishing line that we're going to put on here. Open it up, take this little tape, put it on there. You try not to get it all sticky because you'll need to put it back when you're done. Then take a little bit of line out. And this tangled mess, never do this. If you do this out when you're fishing, make sure you take your line. But this is why I suggest restringing it, because look how tangled that is, how much memory that has. And the cheaper the monofilament, the more memory you're going to have on it. So what we're going to do is we're going to grab the bottom of the rod part. It just kind of untwist. And then you get on. Get it snug. Oh, this has actually doesn't feel too bad in the hand for a inexpensive setup. So then we're gonna take and string this through, and it looks like it has at least ceramic inserts in it, so you could put braid on this. I don't really suggest putting braid on one of these reels though, because they don't work well with braid. I've tried, because I thought that a closed face reel would be easier for traveling down the creek and doing kayak fishing and stuff. But and as you can see, I know it's not quite as tightly wound as the other, but it doesn't have quite as bad memory on it. And this is 14-pound test. So then what you do is I like to go around twice. Go around twice. Come on, stay out of my way. Then go up, and you go make a loop like so. Then you go 1, 2, 2, 3. Don't need to go very many. Then you loop it up. Then you take and cut your tag end off. Let's untwine this now. And then you kind of cinch that down. This not the easiest on these type of reels to kind of cinch it down like that. Then you make sure that there's no line going where you don't want it to go. And then what I like to do is I like to take and put tension on it, and then turn your drag up. So I like to take and put tension on it, and then kind of start reeling it in. And pay attention to your line. If it starts twisting up weird, just flip your thing over and it should stop it. And you can also see on the inside, you can see the line on the inside, so you'll know when you're full. And you want to fill it up completely full, so alright. Now if you look on the inside, kind of hard to see on video, but look on the inside, it's all nice and wound up in there. I used 14-pound test on this because the suggested line weight, or the line that they originally had on it, is 15 pounds. So, and Academy had 14, so that's what I put on. So then you take and pull some extra line off. Knife and cut it. You take your little sticker, put it back on there. There you go. And that way the line doesn't all spool all weird on you. Then you take end of it, put it through all the eyes. All the eyes. This one's going to be a little bit longer video, but that's okay. I want to make sure that any beginning fisherman that happens to run across it knows what to do. And then and you just slide it in like that. Normally they go in a little bit easier. Slide it in like this. And I definitely recommend a push button for beginners. And the reason why is because they are a lot easier to cast. You have a lot less issues with it. So then I obviously got too much line, so then what we're gonna do, before I go too far, okay, I thought it had a small tackle box with it. Okay, so this one comes with some tackle. It comes with some transparent chartreuse curly tails that have kind of silver specks in them, and kind of a transparent olive green. Oh, I kind of like those thumper tails that it has in it. Some thumper tails. The thumper tails are already pre-rigged. Has a few jig heads, you know, enough to get you started. A few snap weights and some. Okay, you got a straight shank hook, then you straight shank Aberdeen hook, then you've got a bait holder hook, and the difference is yeah, never mind. Okay, never mind, that's not a bait holder. This is just a bent eye hook. The eye's bent on it. I thought it was a bait holder. The bait holders have little spikes on the back. So then what you do is fold your line like that. You'll take and let's see, get the approximate amount of line I need. I pulled a little bit too much, but that's fine. See, what I like to do is I fold it like that. Stick it through like that. Do an overhand knot like so. Then feed through. Then you'll have a loop here. So you do that overhand knot. Feed through. And then you just kind of pull it tight. That's called the Palomar knot. Cut off my 6-foot tag end. Actually, let's get a little bit closer. There we go. Cut my tag end off, which is way taller than me. Don't need it, so we will put it with that other fishing line. And since I've got them both, okay. So you can see the string line, and this is partially because it was on a bigger one, but it's also like it will somewhat straighten out this line. I can't even find the end of it, but it's not going to straighten out at all. It's just going to coil up. So that's bad. You don't want that to happen. Then okay, now we'll get back to this. Then you'll take a little snap, a little split shot, that's what these things are called. Take a little split shot, get a little pair of pliers, clip it on like so. Then okay, I have a few bobbers here because I had them, so I wanted to go over it a little bit. This is a weighted bobber, so you don't need the extra weight on it, but it still helps to have that on sometimes. And these things this one didn't go on very well. So you've got that. You've got that's weighted one. And that also makes it easier for the fish to pull down. Then you've got just a little normal float. This one's kind of egg shaped. Most of the times they're round, but it's just still a spring loaded float, just like this one. They're both spring loaded. And then this is a slip float. This little hole. Put your line through there. I found that one on the ground. So a free bobber. Can't pass that up. So then I'm going to take about this much here. Oops. And those, yeah, as you see, it just kind of loops around here. Got about 1.5 feet, probably be close to 2 foot by the time I'm done. I needed some more of this stuff for crappie fishing anyways. And you can use two snap weights, split shots. Alright, we're going to take our you a-hole. Oh, I guess that's how it's designed nowadays. Okay. Gonna take one of these, and this is a good size to start out with. This is a size 6 bent eye Aberdeen hook. And I do suggest at least getting Eagle Claw hooks. Like South Bend are cheaper, but they bend really easy. And then this is a little snap swivel. Take that. Put that on, just real simple. And then you close it shut. So now we're going to take our pretend worm, and this is how oh well, it's a pretend worm, it can be longer. So this is how I rig up a night crawler. Is I'll go through around the center part of it, and then I will take one end, kind of wrap it, push it up, and then go around, wrap it like that. Then like that. Basically keep alternating sides, and then you'll end up with kind of the worm knotted up on your hook. Have a couple sides dangling down. They'll be wiggling because they're worms. And then this may or may not catch you something big. And this line on here is 14-pound test. Is definitely big enough to catch yourselves 5, 6. I mean, if you know how to play the fish right, then you can catch really big ones on it. But yeah, this rod and reel combo is definitely good for catching eater catfish, like maybe up to 10 pounds. And then we push the button and we release it. knock stuff over. Then we will roll it back in. And then, let's say at the end of the day you didn't catch any fish. Okay. I knocked the army dude over. Sergeant Greeny. Mr. Greeny, the army man. There we go. Like, real worms actually rip off a lot easier. And then you put that there for now. And you take the worm off, right? Then what I like to do is, oops, you see the little metal things on the eye? I like to take and hook the hook in one of those metal things in one of your little arm brace, one of your eye braces, and then just kind of reel it up like so. And this only cost me $25 at Academy for this rod. I didn't need the 14-pound test, and I definitely don't need this rod. But perhaps I will take it out fishing. But I do plan to give it away to, like, somebody with a family with a kid. That way it can maybe get a kid into fishing. I mean, this is definitely perfect for getting kids into fishing. But before you do, you want to loosen back up your drag. Trying to adjust the drag right. I don't use 14-pound test at all anymore. I've used 15-pound before, but not very much. And these reels, these cheaper reels, definitely have a little back place, so that might be a little too loose. All right. And the reason why I suggest putting it on the eye support bars, or the guide support bars, or I don't know what the technical term is for it. I'm not a rod builder, but these line guides, they have inserts in them, which is really good, especially for this price point of a rod. But you can pop these inserts out if you stick it directly in the eye. So even if you have like stainless steel eyes, I still suggest do it like this, because you don't want to scratch the inside of your eye also. And that's definitely a possibility, to scratch the inside of the eye. But so that's my beginning fishing gear, what you need, how to put the line on, do a simple float rig, and get yourself out and at least catch you some bluegill to get fishing, and then progress from there on. Peace and long life, my friends. On the string was about $10-11 or something, not very expensive. So if you're beginning in fishing, there you go.